at all. It looks like it will be an off-lane techies. Faith Beyond the man to play it. Already.
Everybody gets set.
Where's he going to start getting to work? He has skilled the landmine, so we're not going to see any level 1 suicide squad shenanigans.
That's the spirit.
What's he up to here?
I feel like this is going to either go extraordinarily well for Wings or, well, maybe
extraordinarily poorly.
Yeah.
It could be a very quick game. If the techies pick backfires, Pudge in the mid game as a support that can snowball, but if he has a bad start, doesn't really offer that much.
Folks.
It's going to be your first blood going the way of BC, so already a good start for the...
Was only a matter of
I was
time.
trying to do the hero introductions here. Relax, DC.
They really wanted to make sure they dealt with all of these heroes quickly.
So, a jungle techies, I guess. And a bunch of mines at the camp for
30
now.
seconds to go.
Canyon out nearby. Wonder how much Wings have practiced this particular strategy. We're gonna find out real soon.
This is super interesting to me. Faith Beyond, he's gonna be able to at least take down some of these camps here. There's some, all right. All chat starting off the day the way it should.
I've heard Wings like to all chat a lot in scrims, and they are known for their trash talk.
The game is on.
A bit NA Dota-esque in the way that they
The prize is mine.
Be kind of mocking and teasing their opponents for any mistakes they make. So, starting with 5 heroes bottom, they have nobody on the top side of the map.
This
whatsoever.
is a completely open safe lane. There's nobody here.
The abandon your safe lane strat. I have never seen this before.
What's going on?
Is this a real game?
This isn't Dota. I don't know what this is. Soxa's sitting here waiting for a disruption. Little does he know there's nobody up here. They're aggro tri-laning.
So their counter to the aggro tri-lane is just top. Faith Beyond, instant level 2, the first kaboom of this TI, and instead, but they're going bottom. Ice is there as the Pudge. I really think they need level 2 to have an easy kill in this lane, but not going to be an easy lane for the Timbersaw.
Like they said, Ron obviously, but they're going to go for it anyway. So Ron coming out blue. The easy was this with him. He cannot deal with the match with him. He will finish by one and torn from Misery. Ice, he'll go down. Oh, the GLA tip from Moo.
Well, dose of NA Dota in North America. How fitting. Techies, now that he has his level 2, is going to go to the top lane. He has Suicide Squad, so if he gets caught out, he can always Suicide and deny the opponents a bit, but they're moving on to Misery bottom. Great body blocks from Y. They don't have poke yet, and the Torrent again connecting.
What a start to this game.
Well, running a bit of a cheese strat here, giving up those 2 early kills, not the way you want to begin the game.
No, definitely not. I feel like Faith Beyond, he's going to sit up here, and we'll see what kind of impact he has. I mean, again, he's only level 2. He does have Suicide Squad, so they might rotate him down bottom, see if they can kill Moo. But this tri-lane, they should have gotten that kill to begin with, but again,
Very fire too good.
Yeah, that's very fire as well. Great timing from Moo. And now he's level 2, so he's got Timber Chain, so if he needs to get out of a bad situation, he certainly can, and we'll see if that's going to be the case for Moo. Continue laning, Ice, getting right-clicked by Misery a little bit, and no X marks just yet, though, for the country.
So you're definitely showing poise here, a very unusual
Dire's mid tower won't last much longer.
They don't fall prey to it, they carry the early TP on Misery, and he does come to the fight, salvages things, and makes it a big win. So, looking at matchups now, Faith Beyond on the techies, they're going to leave the Luna alone here. The only way Luna really dies in this situation is if she gets very out of position. And walks into mine. But on her own, she's not in danger of dying. Maybe he lays a trap and then the Pudge comes and hooks her. But barring something like that, he's gonna farm.
What an arrow! He was barely in range of that. I don't think he was. Now down bottom, Ice, still in trouble. He will miss that torrent. Looks like Moo's actually the one getting right-clicked down now, and Ice will be able to stay alive.
They don't have the silence yet, so killing Moo is very difficult, even with the level 1 Timber Chain. He's level 3 here on Innocence. Instead, might look for Misery. They do have an ensnare that moves up in front.
Something wrong.
Body blocker. He's going to be the bodyguard. Getting the kill on the Pudge. The whirling death on a right click.
Never!
Where's the all chat well played for Moo?
Top lane, there's an invis. At least shadow coming out here. Disruption's going to come through, and it's already starting. Resolution on that Luna. The illusions will go through. They'll try to clear out whatever mines are here. It's a great idea from the side of DC, and it looks like, well, there's no mines at least, so
yeah, that's
doesn't really matter.
Definitely an important point is that Shadow Demon is very annoying for techies, as you can just run illusions around to try and clear out traps. Later on in the game, maybe even a gem is on a hero at times, and you can use those true sight illusions to scout out potential traps. So, looking at the way the game's developing, it's a big concern for Waynes. The Naga is not farming particularly well in the tri-lane. Timbersaw is already level 4, so that off-lane is a complete disaster. In the mid lane, Blink is only slightly ahead of the Invoker, who has gotten some help. And this is actually the other hero besides Nepo that he really rose to prominence, but he can take games over as Invoker. I don't feel like they have the best Invoker counters later on in the game. So that two lane's not going well. Now, on top of that, Luna is your lead farmer. It is not a good start for Waynes at all.
And he does leap away just in time. Waynes is able to get out, Blink will be able to move away.
So he's running for his life, and Invoker's free farming.
3 off, he had gotten 4, that might have been a kill, but I don't think 3 is enough to do it. No, not even, I mean, especially with level 1.
Only a level 1.
That will not do nearly enough damage.
And now with Timbersaw having the advantage, it's a lot harder to kill him. Skywrath is the hero they need there if they want to go for kills. Still not seeing really much of a trap, just looks like a single landmine top. Toxo walks over a solitary one.
It tickles him a little bit, but there's another one in lane. He's going to walk over and after maybe not.
There we go!
They will get the kill and they will lose their techies on Waynes.
When they're confident, DC are confident enough to just come in and gank the techies. Normally techies lane is like the no-go zone. It's less so the case in the big change rework to mine than the CI5, but they're just looking for Shadow.
How about that?
Luna, they will find it. Waynes might be a very quick game 1 the way things are headed. Already trailing 2,000 gold, 1,500 experience. Not seeing techies offer much. He is leveling up Suicide Squad.
Give us a hand, we'll cook your dinner.
It's probably an instant suicide kill because they really need to do something to shut down these scores.
This is not a great start for Waynes. We don't have to say it. We talked about it in the beginning of the game. They didn't get off to a fast start, and it was going to be trouble. At least Blink is farming well with 31 last hits, but again, the Luna also continues to do so for resolution. There's a free farm lane now for move down bottom, which is, of course, exactly what happened in top lane in this game. It just feels like Wings are rotating around every lane to try to find something. Maybe not mid just yet, but top lane, bottom lane, they weren't successful, obviously. Where do they go from here? What do they do? It looks like they're going to smoke up, but
they're running a trio that wants to be getting kills. Pudge, techies, at this stage of the game, especially if you're going to max Suicide Squad, or at least take 3 points in it right away, you want to convert this into hero kills. Slow down some of these scaling cores, kill the Invoker before he gets his Midas. Speaking of which, they are moving in mid, but if you don't do that, and at that point the plan B for Waynes is to just play the turtle game. They have a Naga, a Mirana, and a Techies. These heroes can crush waves for days, and in good news for them, their towers are not taking much damage, but Cross Exort Invoker, Luna with Shadow Demon Illusion, they can push pretty hard, and they can push fairly safely, even against Techies' traps. So Waynes holding onto the outer towers, that's their big plan B if they can't find kills, but again,
guess what's happening to Dire's bottom tower?
Good news is for that DC are going to have to spend a lot of money investing in sentries and trying to break down mines.
The Dire best do something about that bottom tower.
Bottom, Patreon has rotated. Moo is trying to push this hero tower. He's doing a pretty good job of it. Patreon's right clicks are not very good, but
bear in mind, Suicide Squad is physical damage, so against the Timbersaw with 25 plus armor right now, Techies is not the ideal target to be going for a kill. Let's have the remote mines now. He's going to start laying a trap. They leave 4 heroes top, so they abandon mid lane. Waynes just consistently abandoning lanes. But it's not like they're getting a farm advantage here, Watt. They're getting out farmed by pretty much all the DC cores right now.
Yeah, I mean,
when is it going to change?
The one, again, bright spot again is going back to that Mirana, but I think Mirana has to start getting involved with arrows or just farming.
Somebody's on a roll about that.
Fortunately for my side, Moonlight Shadow will go, but
you know, one thing I was going to mention, which the draft analyst didn't really touch on, is that Puncho can also be really strong defensively. If your ally's getting caught, like Disruption Torrent, you know where they're going to be. Even the X, you can hook them out right after the X comes. Potentially a very good defensive spell, but if your own Skywrath is not even being targeted, then that is not going to work. So there's some potential for the Pudge to turn these ganks around.
Dire's bottom tower's getting the business.
being He's gonna hit it. Looks like the torrent will as well. And Anderson will
Dire's top
survive right now.
tower.
The Lucian
You know
going
the
in.
drill. That's 4 in a row. How about that?
Daddy, he will go down, but he does get the trade off before falling.
The Dire might want to mine. The Dire just couldn't
And
save
tier
that
one
bottom tower.
does end up going down in that bottom lane as well. DC continue to just roll over wings.
And they're still looking to go on top. There is no song yet. Shadow deal times the Genka, but Naga.
Sunstrike, can he get it done? No, Eyesight will get the kill, but now
Well,
back top. Shadow's still in trouble.
Doesn't have song. He's very close. Mod, he's gonna try to juke in the trees. Resolution completely gets his ankles broken, and now custom shot. Net, can they turn on him?
Shadow's coming in. CP out. Resolution. He will be able
Radiant's
to make it away.
mid tower's getting banged up.
No song yet. Still though, Eclipse a very long cooldown as far as carry ultimates go. So nice job there by Wings. They're doing some of these little things right. They are still getting out farmed. Weeha did end up dying. That is probably the ideal hero to be killing, especially since he hasn't gotten his Midas yet. Still waiting to see the second though. Often at least very good on pushes. That's not really the case here, as his tower drops nice and early to the Timbersaw. Gets to see any suicides that result in killing. Really any impact at all from Faith Beyond whatsoever. So does grab the Soul Ring. It just lends credence to the idea that Wings are more counting on the techies to turtle, stall the game, and drag it super late with the Naga Siren. But is it a game where Naga and Mirana can carry? There's a lot of ways to do with Naga illusions. I'm not entirely sure that they can just rely on like, oh, we have auto late game against this team. Plus, really good scaling support, Shadow Demon, Kuka, Pudge. Yeah, in theory he could scale with Fletchy, but he's not getting kills.
It's just this aggression though from DC, they might not get to the late game. One step on the Thunder Shadow, hopefully enough. We get to see Moo being involved in any of these kills from DC, with the exception of the early game.
Dire's top tower's getting beat down.
They really want this tier 1, and they've done a good job of trying to focus down each tower individually. Some heroes setting up defense in the top lane, looking to maybe wrap around and try to find a target, including that Skywrath mage. But for now, everyone's sitting in the tree line here for Wings LD.
DC are just farming all 3 lanes. Their cores are pulling
Dire's mid tower could use a little help.
29 CS, Naga with 43. All of the DC cores at 50 plus. They're gonna win the farm war by default. Arrow though could change this. Nice juke there. Sock says he just calmly walks back. The arrow's not connecting. Who is gonna take over and change the course of the game? Eyesight's now level 7, has the max range hook. Pudge, techies, they've been
Dire's
silent.
mid tower's
Need
having
to find
technical
kills.
difficulties.
Is this gonna be the big moment for Eyesight to take over? Radiant team lacking vision, but they've got 4 heroes top.
The Dire might want to mine their top tower.
They
Can't do nothing about Dire's structures right now.
Shadows take
They hit
us.
nothing there. Both Arrow and Hook not connecting either target. Faith Beyond TPing in. It looks like
Migrants! Two down. Two down.
It's a slaughter, and they're looking for more. Sunstrike just barely missing on Faith Beyond. Get 4 mods.
Dire's top tower. Dire's got one less top tower.
This hero might be their strongest at this stage of the game, and he's just farming bottom. Weeha going for the Midas, immediately back to the mid lane. This is turning into a train wreck.
Moo's like, I'm not fighting on the Bloodstone yet. Forget it. Hold on a second. Let me get that. I'll come back to you. Weeha has his Midas now, like you talked about. He's building into the drum, of course, with the Akil on top. So just this straight standard build for Aquatic Zord Invokers, and DC continued pressure. There's a couple of remote mines placed down, but really Faith Beyond has not done anything in terms of anything actually. He's not even used his suicide squad once this game. He's not found any mines.
And he brought it to level 3. He invested a lot in it. Only the 1 point in Stasis Trap is catch a replay here. Ice Ice. The Eclipse comes out first. They had a Sentry Ward. They were ready for the Moonlight Shadow initiation. That's something that we were able to catch DC off guard with quite a bit last game. So looking forward, DC, this is the dream gem game. You're up against the techies as well as Moonlight Shadow.
Yeah.
You can also easily just scout with the disruption illusions of any hero that has the gem. I think gem is a pretty hard counter to the Wings lineup.
I think you put it on Moo as well.
Dire's mid tower won't last much longer. Them Dire buildings are tough as nails for now.
Again, like you talked about with all that physical damage reduction.
The Dire couldn't hang on to that mid tower.
Or excuse me, Eyesight rather. On that technique now.
DC, there's really no need to force the issue here. They're out farming them. They feel confident in their late game. Blink, Ags is coming in an okay clip for the Mirana, but he's not finding kills. Pudge and Techie's basically not even heroes in this game, to be honest, as the two have combined for
trouble brewing at Radiant's bottom tower.
The other nice thing this hero offers is tower pressure, but we haven't seen that either. He's not besieging towers. In fact, all the DC towers are at full HP, so really, what is the Techies doing? It's just not coming together for Wings.
Getting ready for late game. I don't know. That's all I can.
Yeah, I mean at this point, if you're Wings, you're looking at Mirana Ags, Naga Radiance, Turtle. Try to stall with some pickoffs. Play for ultra late game. The laning stage long over at this point, and DC completely in the driver's seat.
Blink will send himself down to the bottom lane alongside two other heroes, Innocence and Ice backing him up. Ready to go with a hook, an HNCL, Mystic Flare, whatever.
The cavalry has arrived.
Mystic Flare yet. No level 6 on the Scarith Mage, so they're also lacking in levels. And look at his net worth. He's only at 700. They got no boots yet for the Scarith Mage.
Dire's top tower's getting beat down.
That support, unfortunately.
It's okay. He's got above average base move speed. He's got the wind blades. No, that's pretty bad though. If your Scarith still doesn't have to move for 15 minutes.
Dire might want to mine their top
Just
tower.
feels like at every turn, DC outplaying them, outlaning them, finding kills.
And the plan Bs are limited for Wings.
Dire's top tower's getting beat down.
But as I was going to say, they can't really just go back to Roshan like a Drow lineup can. They struggle to take towers if Techies isn't right up in front, just constantly dropping landmines. At some point, DC will commence their slow siege. They're disrupting the Luna, they're stacking Ancients, he does it with the Dominator. Once the Luna gets 1-2 items, Weehaw gets a couple of items. He could be the one split pushing while they just sit behind the Luna.
Let's
can even
get
use the X-Haul. There's the hook.
Oh! And the remote mines to finish him off. It's one short kill, but at least it feels like so much more at this point.
Jesus, they had to work for that though. 15.5 minutes before that combo connects.
Misery was actively farming the enemy jungle as well, underneath an Observer Ward. That's how that was done. It just seems like they need an Observer Ward. They need to be having heroes out of position just for them to get those kills in a lot of instances.
I think Gem is the most important item for DC this game.
We're going to hold off on building for the time being. We'll see them just farm away. Misery now, again, building into that armlet, which is so good at keeping you alive. The rest of DC. I'm thinking about a smoke with Misery as well as Weehaw and Soxa nearby. They'll do so and head towards that mid lane.
It is mine!
At least get some vision down, but hopefully find a kill.
10,000 gold deficit. Speed kill to climb for Wings. Radiant Vision does scout out Shadow. They're still smoked. Sense is in mod. Fire scan just... Oh, it did just clip resolution there for a second. Now they know.
And Misery walking back through as well, so Wings are forced to go to the bottom side of the map, including their secret shop as well as our camp there, and try to farm in this bottom lane. But for now, there is more split push coming from Resolution, looking to use his waves and work on that tier 2 tower top lane. So again, more map control going the way of
Dire's top tower, you know the drill. Radiant's bottom tower ain't a pretty sight right now.
Very safe.
Dire's top tower's getting beat down.
You could scout for the landmine traps if there were any.
Dire's lost the top tower.
Looks like there's any. Oh, there is.
Radiant's toughened up their structures.
Just scout safely, siege safely, use Forge Spirits, poke. They don't.
Radiant's bottom tower seen better days.
Hero up there. They have the disruption and the X, so they have really good defensive capabilities to allow for a very organized and disciplined.
Radiant's bottom tower ain't a pretty sight right now.
See from DC moving forward.
Here we go. The remote mine's starting to be placed down on the high ground, so Dragonlance might be an item the Luna wants to invest in at some point in time to at least stay a little bit safer. Let's see what the Naga Siren is doing. With Shadow has arcane boots. 3,000 gold, so
he is
close to the
really poor at this point.
Yeah,
0-3.
He's very far behind it.
98 CS. He's 40 CS down on a Luna. This goes back to the offensive tri-lane just completely self-destructing, and along with that DC taking early towers, it's limited.
The Dire might want to mine their top tower.
Naga just doesn't feel comfortable to go out on her own.
Tonka Siren pretty far behind at this point. At 18 minutes in, you guys have
regeneration!
The Mantis Tower is done for the Luna. It's a
Radiant's
no
mid
BKB,
tower's coming
no
apart.
Dragon Lance, just going to the straight Helm of the Dominator into the Mantis Style and has plenty of stacks to work with as well. So even more farm coming the way of the Luna. About to eclipse 10k net worth at this point, and there is that gem that you were talking about. Probably, like you said, the most important investment in this game for DC.
Now, you know, way back in the day, when nobody was playing techies, before he was even introduced in Dota 2, he was a very popular hero in the Philippines, in Dota 1. And there was a techie specialist. He stood in for a team in a tournament. He was playing really well. He actually went solo. He was dominating the game. The enemy team got a gem, but it was taken away very quickly, like almost immediately after they got the gem. Difference in that game, though, was like the opponents needed the gem because Techie still had his tower mid. He was still in complete control of the game. The hero was a bit scared as map control hero. It was way before the changes to the landmines. They did a lot more damage in single instances, and at that point, losing the gem meant you couldn't deal with techies. I don't really feel like this is that kind of game. This is more like if you have gem, techies really struggles to get anything done. So it's more of a bonus in this case. But yeah, you can see what I mentioned like 15, 20 minutes ago. You know, disruption illusions with the gem, the manta illusions with the gem.
Oh, the remote mines.
Lots of ways to scout, but you can't scout into the trees, so that's something DC will have to be cautious about. Good news is, they have someone that hates trees. It's Timber's song. We're just going to start shredding them.
Misery actually took a fair bit of damage to mines there. It felt like an old-timey story. I'm glad you shared that with us. That was unpleasant.
Harkening back.
Yeah.
Killing Ultis TI.
Enjoyed the
Radiant's
brief
bottom
story.
tower's seen better
They
days.
also have ways to scout
Dire's
the
mid tower's having Dire's mid tower could use a little help.
Not so safe harbor, eh?
Let's stop everything. What a pick off of wings.
Becky's already back to base. DC giving up a kill there. I was going to say they have really good ways to scout the
Dire's
fight,
mid
but,
tower's having
they didn't
technical
actually have a force
difficulties.
spirit
Trouble
behind the
brewing at
tower.
Radiant's bottom tower.
So I think in general when DC or CC really want to be sending an illusion or
Dire's mid tower could use a little help.
They do have deep wards. It's not like they're not trying. That's something that
Hope
should
the
happen
Dire
when
weren't
you pick
partial
cards.
to that
You should
mid
get at least
tower.
occasionally find those hooks, catch someone off guard. That would even no force or blink yet. That would be a really good choice for Soxa. With that item, with either of those items, he could jump in and still save the Luna in that situation.
It just feels like it's a little too late though with that hook almost. And
They need a lot more of that.
Yeah.
Like they
Yeah.
ideally want to be finding one of those every time DC pushes. But now the tree clearing begins. DC going to start a spot of deboarding here. They'll just send an illusion of Muin to deal with these, actually a pair. Meanwhile, bottom, Link is setting up a resolution. He hits the arrow, big catch, and then he leaps in. Can he go for He's a bit too crazy.
Started.
Mark the spot.
True guys on the Radiant's bottom tower.
Get it. Nice pick off by the first.
Radiant lost one of them bottom towers. Radiant's mid tower could use a hand. No breaking down the Radiant structures like this.
First time this game.
Radiant's mid tower's getting banged up.
Shadow, he's keeping out. No song available this time.
Radiant's mid tower's getting the what for.
He was close though. That's a costly death. Really negates almost everything they achieved there. Yeah, makes it a 2 for 2. Plays a key item timing. Ricky's Axe is coming. And they do, I believe, now have the Marana BOTs, so pick up 2 big items, but DC with the Timber Saw, they just keep on clearing out trees, constantly blinking away, traps, making sure there's nothing hidden around corners, and limit Wing's ability to find those cheap little pickoffs.
3 or 4 there. Yeah, it looks like there were 4 there altogether. They killed one as well.
So what do you do?
I mean, for Wings, you gotta...
Royal War.
And the Mystic Blade with the Ancient Seal, but he's still...
Back to 4.
He's into the Marana.
Radiant's top tower's hurting.
Still wants to back away, and DC chases.
He's gonna get caught by that horn.
Guess what's happening to Dire's bottom
Straight to the
tower?
bottom with
Radiant's top tower's taking hits.
DC. Pick off after pick off, tower after tower, but they
Dire's
find
bottom
another.
tower's
It doesn't really
getting the
matter.
business.
Zeus chuckles.
Dire's
Picked up the
bottom
fight.
tower got blown to
Further
bits.
defensive capabilities against this one-hit combo that Wings have, and also a great way to deal with Mirana and Radiance Burn. Really, if you look at Wings, it's almost all magic damage.
Yeah.
Late game, Mirana could go to Wings, but she doesn't have the Drow Rage this time around.
Died.
Nice pick by Blink.
Your phase ends.
Not able to push on the way out.
They're going to go to Roche right now, though. They're going to try to contest this.
This is the Pudge dream. This is the Pudge dream, Mott. If ever there was a time for a Pudge to come up big, now is it.
DC will back out smartly, and Roshan was very dangerous, like you talked about. The Hogan not to mention Song or an arrow coming through. Some serious damage. Blink and Mirana leap out also is available, but now Blink has to use it.
DC should just be patient. Wings cannot rush. They don't need to rush. They can wait until they have 5 alive. Go in as a squad. The boat is an important component of their team fight. There's really no need to force a Roshan 4v5.
There's some wards that have been just placed down. It looks like DC will again counter-ward them. This Gem doing so much work this game, especially against that Techie. They'll continue to put wards down of their own, and Kane maps at the very least, Wings, they haven't needed to defend high ground yet. They haven't needed to put down those lines on the high ground, so see how that transitions, and they will head back into Roche.
Yeah, still holding on to the gem. Still, as a result, able to keep up vision. They stay face beyond, lighting some traps to keep Coach too much closer.
That's 4 in a row.
The Arc people won't kill him, and they bring down 3.
There was a Naga illusion in the pit there. I thought Shadow might be able to at least use this, but even that wasn't possible. So 3 fall in the end. Song available.
Radiant's bottom tower. Pretty sad right now.
For DC, honestly, I think they can go high ground, but I don't feel like Wayne is getting stronger either. And
Radiant's bottom tower's seen better days.
He's gonna force out the song.
That is a level 2 song, but the sun
That's
strike
4 in a
do enough
row.
damage. Boom! Yes, it does. Weehawk gets the kill. Wow.
You see a draft like this on the main stage at TI, and yes, Wings like their unconventional picks, but you can only imagine they have practiced this, and it has worked before. The Techies instantly securing level 2 in the jungle to start the game, winning at the top. It felt like they had a plan with the tri-lane. It just DC, that early rotation for Misery, that to me was the key play. Getting momentum for the tri-lane game. The
Dire structures looking fortified.
Begins the disruption illusion siege. With 4 spirits here, Wings need big hooks. It's gonna be tough though. There's an Aether Lens on Soxa now once he gets here, so he has better disruption range. He can also use the X on Misery if they want to send someone in safely for the chip damage.
Beyond running low on mana right now. Only has 3 mines set up in that trap to the right. Sitting back, Blink will jump in with 4 on the target.
Dire's mid tower is nothing now.
I've seen this before.
Gotta find a pickup soon, Mon.
Not finding anything just yet for Wings.
Oh, even the arrow missing. That could have been the Luna's maybe.
The Dire's mid-range.
Do some work here, but already Timbersaw is back in.
Yeah, so quick. Plenty of charges, and it's a full set of racks, it looks like. I'll let the range creep deal with, of course, that range rack. Now we'll head to the top lane.
Dire's mid-ranks didn't make it. Dire's top tower's gone. Dire's top racks is taking hits. Dire's top racks didn't make it.
Down, and no signs of stopping. They immediately rotate bottom. This pocket strategy has completely backfired.
The Dire best do something about that bottom tower. The Dire gave up bottom tower.
What they wanted. It comes down to that fairy fire and
The Dire's bottom racks is done for. Radiant's got a case of the mega creeps. Dire's mid tower won't last much longer. Trouble brewing in the meantime.
I think the Techies was unexpected. Not sure if the Pudge was. Wings have run it before and adapted really well.
Yeah, I mean, there's not much really to talk about that game. It's just